Let me say something that's going to piss you off. Interest is not the reason your debt never goes down. That's the excuse you hide behind so you don't have to face the real problem. Because if it was just interest, you'd be making progress. You'd see balances move, you'd feel momentum, but you don't. Your debt sits there, month after month, year after year, and deep down you already know why. It's not the bank, it's not inflation, it's not the economy, it's you. And before you click off, good. That emotional spike you just felt, that's exactly why this video will change you if you stay. Because today, I'm ripping apart the real reasons your debt never goes down, and every single one of them lives in your behavior. By the end of this video, you'll understand why budgeting alone doesn't work for you, the invisible leaks draining your money every month, the emotional trap keeping you in debt even when your income rises, and the brutal rule you must follow if you ever want to be debt-free. Stay until the end, because the final section is where most people realize they've been sabotaging themselves for years without knowing it. But now that I got your attention, let's discuss the interest lie you've grown really close to over the years. Interest didn't ruin your finances. Interest just exposed them. If interest was the problem, explain this. Why did your debt grow even when you stopped using the card? Why does your balance barely move even when you pay extra? Why do people with lower interest rates still stay broke? I know the answers to these three, but do you? Because interest is predictable. Your behavior isn't. You don't lose money to interest. You lose money to your inconsistency, emotional decisions, and pretending small leaks don't matter. Interest is the excuse. Behavior is the disease. However, behavioral leaks allow you don't overspend in big, dramatic ways. You bleed out slowly. Here's what that looks like. And yet, here you are, you spend all your money very wastefully. $7 coffee. You deserved. $18 lunch because you didn't meal prep. $62 subscription you forgot about. $120 Target run where you only needed one thing. You tell yourself, it's not that much. But stacked together, that's your debt payment. You don't have a money problem, you have a discipline problem. And the worst part? These leaks don't feel like mistakes. They feel justified, which makes them deadly. Because all this time, you feel as if this is normal behavior. And yet, all these are just a normal routine that everyone must have. After all, your friends and everyone else has them. But don't even get me started on that. I'm going to just stop right here with this rant. Because I get so frustrated seeing people do these type things and then wonder why they're broke instead. Let's just jump on into the next topic. After all, all the behaviors I just discussed are things you and I both have done. And I know the kind of damage they can do, from mental strain to depression, all the way to your physical health. It's just not a good combo. So here we are with the lifestyle creep. The silent killer. Every time you make more money, you spend more money. That's lifestyle creep. Raise, new car, bonus, new phone, side hustle, more eating out. You never let your money get ahead of you. And then you say, I make more than I used to, but I'm still broke. Exactly. Because your lifestyle upgraded faster than your discipline. Debt doesn't come from being poor. Debt comes from pretending you're richer than you are. It's a very common theme this day and time to see this type of behavior. But now, let's dive into the emotional spending. Let's talk about the part no one wants to admit. You don't spend money logically. You spend money emotionally. You spend when you're stressed, you're tired, you feel behind in life, you want to feel normal like everyone else. Buying something gives you control, temporarily. Debt is the price you pay for emotional relief. And until you fix that, no budget will save you. And yes, I know what you want to say, that's me, but some of the things I buy are for other reasons, and throws out another behavior people suffer with, and that's denial. Now let's dive into the mind frame and paycheck to paycheck thinking. You don't think long term, and you think, can I afford this right now? Instead of, what does this cost my future? That's broke thinking. Wealthy people don't ask if they can afford it. They ask if it delays freedom. Every purchase is a vote, and you keep voting against yourself. So this is why budgets fail you. Budgets don't fail. You quit. You overestimate discipline. You underestimate temptation. You ignore reality. A budget without structure is just a wish. You don't need motivation. You need systems that limit your ability to screw yourself over. You need something that sets you at a certain spot with limitations and doesn't allow excuses or anything of that nature to persuade your way of thinking. Because hate to be arrogant or cocky, but it's obvious the way you've been doing it hasn't worked. So when that happens, what do? It's simple. You change. Don't overthink it. Instead, just respond. After all, you'll never get anywhere in life. Procrastinating. The brutal rule. This is something I highly recommend these days. No matter how it makes you feel, I truly stand by it. Here's the rule that ends debt. You don't get lifestyle upgrades until debt is gone. Period. No exceptions. No, I deserve it. No, just this once. Freedom requires sacrifice. Debt exists because you avoided it. You either suffer now with discipline or suffer later with regret. So with that being said, you choose, it's your choice or option. Which do you want to do? How about, for once, you try something that feels right instead of something you have to justify to yourself to make it seem okay? So I say all this to hopefully make you want to double down and get serious about a system that's proven to work, lock in on it, and stand by it until the end. And since I was able to get you locked in and focused, let me jump right into the identity problem no one talks about. Here's the uncomfortable truth. You don't just have debt. You have a debt identity. Read that again. You see yourself as bad with money. Someone who always struggles. Someone who will deal with it later. So your actions match that identity. You don't miss payments accidentally. You don't overspend accidentally. You don't restart getting serious every January accidentally. You act in alignment with who you believe you are. And right now, your behavior is perfectly consistent with someone who expects to stay broke. That's why progress never sticks. You'll pay off a card, then reward yourself. You'll save a little, and sabotage it, because debt has become normal to you. Chaos feels familiar, discipline feels foreign, and humans will always choose familiar over effective. Until the identity changes, the behavior never will. If this part stings, stay with me, because the next section explains why you self-sabotage right when things start going right. And once you see it, you'll never unsee it. With that being said, here's why you sabotage progress. Let me tell you something nobody warned you about. Progress is uncomfortable. Being broke is painful, but it's predictable. Freedom? That's terrifying, because freedom removes excuses. When you're drowning in debt, you can blame the economy, your past, your job, your parents, your situation. But when you start getting control, there's nowhere to hide. So right when momentum builds, you self-destruct. You miss a payment. Overspend one time. Stop tracking. Take your foot off the gas, and then you say, I don't know what happened. I do. You got close enough to success that failure felt safer. Debt gives you an identity. Struggle gives you a story. Victimhood gives you comfort. And killing debt kills all three. That's why most people don't fail financially. They retreat. So now you understand it. It's not interest. It's not math. It's not income. It's behavior, identity, and the fear of becoming someone who no longer has excuses. Now, this is where we stop playing games. So now here's the final teaser and wake-up call. So I hope you're listening very closely. Let me leave you with this. Debt isn't stealing your money. It's stealing your future options. Every dollar you waste today delays freedom, delays peace, delays control. And no one is coming to save you. But if this video hit you, good. That means you're still reachable, because once you see the truth, you can't unsee it. And from here on out, every excuse you make, you'll know exactly what it is. So if this video struck a nerve or grabbed your attention, then I recommend you check this playlist out where you can get the full breakdown to getting out of debt and building wealth. And if you like this, please leave a comment and hit the like button. Remember, it's never too late for wealth building.